I'm Chris. That's Tyler. I just took a bite of something really spicy. We listened to a little bit of Ryan Day. Tyler is 42 years old, and it's great to have him on this program as the official uncle of the group. Hey, honestly, this is too formal. Dude, I feel like
I'm gonna slap this shit out of you.
there we go. Way to make it informal. I'm calling HR. Don B's HR needs team me on this one. I just want to say this, dude. I enjoy going live. I feel like we're going live with our closest friends. It's like more of a hangout. But anyway, I'm Chris. That's Tyler. Tyler, how you holding up?
I'm good, man. It's you can feel the spring around the corner, man. Baseball is being played. You could feel it. You can feel the good time. The better times are on the way.
You know how you know that they're on the way? Because the rain hits and everybody turns into a worse driver than when it was snowing. Like people in Ohio in the rain just blow my mind.
Yeah, it can be tough. There's no doubt about it.
I thought I was going to get some unk rage out of you. We do have a loaded show today, actually. Super loaded show. I think we should start with Ryan Day, right? Do you want to start with the Arthur Smith clip or do you want to start with Ryan Day kind of roll during this draft process? Because there's a lot of talk going on right now. It's like, is he Calipari? What's this about? Now, he did win the ring, so that matters. Well, and it's like, if you're Ryan Day, are you championing your guys' time and using like you having 4 top 10 picks as a recruiting tool? Or do you worry that maybe it's like, dang, we had all these top 10 players and we did not win a ring this year. How are you at with the whole thing?
It was just a question that had come up in my mind of like, is he kind of turning into this John Calipari thing? Like where it's like John Calipari openly said that he's not interested, like winning championships is not his priority.
It's not what he's there to do was the quote of it.
Yeah. He said he was there to get these kids to the NBA.
And so he said once he won one, he was like, all right, I can focus on just the kids thing.
Yeah. And so now it just seems like with the hire of Arthur Smith, it just seems like it's kind of like an NFL factory. Like it wants to be run like an NFL team. So why don't go ahead and play the clip?
Yeah. This is Arthur Smith. I mean, this is Ryan Day on Jim Rome talking about why he hired Arthur Smith.
Well, as time has gone on and things change in college football, I just feel like more and more it's important to have guys in those coordinator positions that have a tremendous amount of experience. And so, when Brian moved on to South Florida, wanted to go bring in somebody with great experience and, first look to see, who are guys that have done that at the college level and then who has done that at the NFL level. And then, to have somebody with his resume who's actually been a head coach in the NFL and look what he's done at Tennessee and then sit down and talk to the people that have worked with him and then had a chance myself to sit down and talk with him. It was excellent. He's a great communicator, very intelligent, and really loves the game of college football. When you hear his story about growing up and how much time he spent around college football, you could just see it in his eyes. And he's had a great first month here with our players. He's enjoyed the challenge. I think it's been great to him. It's almost been refreshing to be around some of these young players. I know he's excited about some of the talent he has. And I wanted to make sure that we had somebody in here that not only had experience, calling it in big games, but somebody that could be the head coach of the offense, which will allow me, an opportunity to take a different perspective this season. Certainly it was great to have Matt on defense and Brian did a great job as well. But I think this year will allow me to even, step back even more and try to do as much as I can from, the head coaching seat.
Where'd your head go when you listen to this?
It just seemed to me that he wants this to be run like an NFL franchise when it comes to just the football operations. He wants to he wanted to take a step back. He saw what it was like when he took a step back with Chip Kelly. And it worked. They won the national title. And it just seems like I think he felt very forced into hiring and promoting Brian Hartline. I think he felt like he had to. And, for a lot of different reasons, I think. Brian Hartline's a former Ohio State player. He's become the best receiver position coach in college football. He's an Ohio State alum. It's just like the list of things of why he had been here for, 6-7 years now. It was just like, that could be true. He was may have been worried about, where his receivers were going to go if he left. And
yeah, so here we go. You don't want the superstar in your band unhappy, right? If we have a band and maybe I'm the most important to it, but I know that this guy is a star, front man. I don't want to make him unhappy. If he
Right.
wants it and the fan base wants it, and I care about what the fan base thinks, and I care about what he thinks, like I will bite the bullet because I know that, hey, look, I'm good enough to call plays if we need to. Yeah, I think that's 100% reasonable. I guess, is there an issue with wanting this to be very NFL?
No.
Okay.
I don't really have an issue with it right now. I think because you still have college guys that are in the mix recruiting. James Laurinaitis is, ascending right before our very eyes.
I mean, we're watching defensive heartline is what I've
we're watching
decided.
defensive heartline. We're watching, Tim Walton's always recruited at a high level. Keenan Bailey is doing, recruiting well at the tight end position. He's a college guy. We still have the position coaches that are going to be college guys. Larry Johnson. But I just feel like this is what he was wanted. And to be honest with you, I think Hartline leaving was I think it gave Ryan Day a bit of like, oh, okay.
Well,
Like
and it's the ankle.
off.
Well, it's the ankle weights coming off.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just one of those things, and there's a lot of comments, and I think there are people that didn't want Hartline, to be promoted, but for a long time there, you as an Ohio State fan, you were not allowed to say anything bad about Brian Hartline. You couldn't say a bad word about Brian Hartline for a long time. So some people are going to have revisionist history about it. It is what it is. I just think that this is how he wants it to go. He's going to have Ohio State's never going to lose because of lack of talent, and now he has NFL coordinators coordinating his team where they have a talent advantage in almost every game that they play in, which is an advantage to them. And it's just, to me, like, this is where he's always wanted to be. I do still feel like, though, I don't think college football is quite like college basketball.
I was going to say this next statement, because I think I knew we were going with this, requires a lot of nuance. I think getting guys in for NFL ready, I think works better than getting college guys NBA ready, because what wins in NFL football is similar enough to what wins in college football, and it's so different on the college scope. Where I think it hurts you is the one position that I think is drastically different to win in is quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
I didn't mean to steal your thunder right there.
No, it's fine. I mean, I agree. I think with college basketball, the transition from college to the NBA is a big gap, but it's not the biggest gap.
I think it's the biggest gap. I think the transition from college basketball to the NBA is a bigger gap than college football to the NFL.
Well, but I also think because when the college football players go to the NFL, they're closer to their ceiling already.
Yeah, agreed. And I also think that the thing that wins in college basketball,
baseball to pro like to Major League Baseball, is a huge gap.
Yeah,
I think that is the biggest gap. Baseball is the biggest gap between the amateur and in the major leagues.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's close, though. I think the gap between top end college baseball and top end college basketball is pretty close.
But I guess what I'm trying to say, though, is like, you can't be a one and done player in college football, and that's why you can't quite be the Calipari of college football, because it just doesn't work. Like, it can't be that way, and you don't have to lean into that. I think Calipari just leaned into, I'm going to recruit the guys that are going to be here for 1 year, and I'm okay with it.
And it's a great recruiting pitch too. It's like
it's
like you're getting guys paid every single year, and so that ends up folding over. I guess for me, when I think about the Arthur Smith hire in terms of like NFL Factory, I like the idea of being an NFL Factory. What I worry about is I don't want our quarterbacks to become more corporate than they are. That's my one concern. In the NFL, you don't just have 2 years to win with a quarterback. A lot of times you find the right quarterback, you get a 10-year window to win the one Super Bowl.
Yep.
In college foot, so you like keep it corporate. What do I mean by that? Don't get hurt. Be healthy. Stack your years. Learn as you go. We're not in a rush to groom you. On the college front, it is no, we can't be corporate. You need to win right now. The deadline's tomorrow. Run the football. Injury shouldn't matter. So I think that's the thing that worries me in terms of like being an NFL Factory is like generally how corporate
Yeah.
one would be.
I do think also the pressure cooker that is college football, the urgency, also the pressure
Well,
cooker
it's like that
that
because
is
the
Ohio
roster.
State.
Well, it's like that because it's just the roster turnover.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, like in college football, there's such an urgency to win every single game that you play, and it's times 10 in Columbus because that's just our birth rate, right? We're just
Yeah, no, that is our birthright. But I'm more talking about like the urgency to win with a player, right? Like if you get a
Sure.
5-star all everything quarterback, you have so little time to win with them. So not just the week to week urgency, but the urgency knowing that a deadline's there.
Sure.
Like a 5-star quarterback is a gallon of milk. You got to set it on the island and you have to make something with it. You have to bake this cake, this championship cake, because that milk will go bad.
Yeah.
It's not like in the NFL.
100% agree. I think it's just interesting to me how he's moving, how he's hiring, what he wants it to feel like. I think in my mind, I get frustrated with Ohio State fans, this fan base during this time of year, because it's like we have 4 first rounders on. We're gonna have 5 first rounders. We didn't win a national championship, but like we could say that like every other year.
Yeah,
Like
but also
we're gonna have more years from now where we have 3 to 5 first round players. It's like that's what happens here. These are the kind of players that we've always attracted.
My biggest
Ohio
rebuttal,
State.
though, but my biggest rebuttal is always going to be like, yeah, like, okay, like, we didn't win a natty this year, but every player going in the top 5 has a national championship.
Yeah, and that's true. And like they did, and I think people are just still upset about how the way the season ended last year. And like I am too, but at some point, like you have to be able to like wipe the tears off your face, wipe the mud off, and be like, all right, well, this is what we always do. We always have first round talent. So like, and we're not going to win the national title every year. Like Nick Saban, like even for the anomaly that Nick Saban was, didn't win it every year.
Bingo.
It's just like it, and so it's just the way that it goes. We're going to have more first rounders next year, and it's like okay, and the year after that, it's just the way that it goes.
I mean, think about it. What if this year, like, think about if it's like you close your eyes and do like the whole NFL thing. What if people are like this year, like, damn, the Eagles had Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, and Jalen Hurts and still didn't win a Super Bowl? It's like, what? They just won one last year.
Remember when
last year?
Remember when Philadelphia had Mike Vick and they had like the super Pro Bowl team,
dude,
and then they missed the playoffs.
Yeah, they said this is the first super team.
Yeah,
but it's like you get away with it because you have more chances to win, I guess.
Yeah,
so, I don't know. This is like a real introspective talk about like our coach. Okay, here we go. This is something I think it's really NFL. This is really NFL coded that I've like struggled with in college football because it's a pressure cooker and because the sport is an enigma. You're almost forced to learn really quickly. In the NFL, you are not forced to learn really quickly because in the NFL you can just be like, it didn't work this year, but let's try the same thing next year and see what happens. Like you could do that in the NFL.
Yeah.
And so that's what Ryan Day does, but he does it in college football. I think that frustrates people.
Correct. No, 100%. I totally agree with you. So,
this is a good talk. This was like some real like introspective chill shit on a. I feel like I need a glass of wine. Talk about Ohio State football and the state of the program with my co-host Tyler McCormick.
I did want to. J.R. Rhodes put up a top 10 quarterback list.
Oh yeah, let me grab this. I like J.R. dude. Generally speaking, he does a pretty decent job.
I don't mind J.R.
Actually, honestly, I'm kind of up and down with J.R. I lost it. Where did I put this son of a? Oh, it's right there.
Yeah. So he has Julian Sand, number 1, Dante Moore, Trinidad Chambliss, Josh Hoover, Jaden Maeva, C.J. Carr, Gunnar Stockton, Arch Manning, Brendan Sorsby, and Darian Mensah.
Correct. I would shuffle this list a ton for the record.
So would I. And I think a lot of the reason why I would shuffle this list is because you and I both have a theory that we agree on of what it takes to win a college national title at the quarterback position. And, I'm not as down on Julian Saint as you are, but him and his skill set, doesn't really win national titles in college.
No, it's unfortunate though.
Yeah. Like to me, if you ask me which quarterback on this list would I want that gives me the best chance to win a college football national title, I would pick Trinidad Chambliss.
I would too. And the thing is, Trinidad Chambliss is my type of guy. Now, for the sake of this argument, I don't think Trinidad Chambliss should be playing college football next year. I think the NCAA needs to stand by their guns and get that done. Yeah. What I will say is, so I almost like look over him. I just see a black line. I'm looking at Darian Mensah. I think he's fantastic. Yeah, like, I think he's a fantastic quarterback, and I hate that Miami has him because I have to root against him this year. But Darian Mensah is a fantastic quarterback that would be the closest. It would be like a Justin Fields light at Ohio State if he was here.
Sure.
So yeah, but all these guys move, all of them except for one.
Does CJ Carr move?
Yeah, CJ Carr moves.
And Josh Hoover? I feel like Josh Hoover is and Julian are kind of similar.
Josh Hoover moves.
Okay.
But also, here we go. Josh Hoover's a psycho. And also we know.
Yeah, he's one of those Texas kids that Texas quarterbacks that just are kind of a different breed.
Well, they're psychopaths because they've been playing high-level football since they were like 11 years old. And the other part of it is like, literally on the record, it's so funny because Sig and Ryan Day are so different at the quarterback spot. Yeah. Ryan Day's thing is processing and take care of the ball. You know what Sig's number one thing is? Toughness.
Sure.
That's all he cares about, toughness.
Yeah. I mean, I would, if you were asking me where I would put Julian Saint in this list, on my list, I would put him in that 4 to 6 range.
I would too. He's not creative enough, man. Like, here we go. Everybody on this list, this is how we'll put it, because it's not always about just running the football. Everybody on this list colors outside the lines except for one.
Yeah.
And that's what scares me, because I think it makes Julian Sand a little bit easier to defend. Because if you're a corner, I only got to cover for a second, 2 seconds, and I'm good.
Yeah.
If you are playing Ole Miss, you got to cover for 5, 6, 7 seconds sometimes. If you're playing Indiana, how often did we see now I got to cover? Oh, wait, he's taking off. I got to go try to tackle Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah. I do wonder what Julian's going to look like with an NFL coordinator who is going to be able to scheme up, essentially whatever he really wants to do. So is Julian's is he gonna have to create? I think in 3 games in the regular season, he's gonna have to be special, be kind of different than he was. But in the other 9 games, that's kind of the tough draw that you get of playing quarterback at Ohio State, is that you are judged essentially of the 12 games you play, you're judged on 3 of them.
Yeah,
and plus postseason.
But aren't we judging everybody on here on 3 games plus postseason? Like, what do we judge Dante Moore on? USC.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Like, we judge Dante Moore, USC, Penn State, Indiana. Honestly, Dante Moore was good against Penn State, not really great against Indiana, awful against Indiana. So
twice.
Looking at him a little sideways, but at least he's creative. Like Trinidad Chambliss,
we judge against Indiana.
Yeah, we judge Trinidad Chambliss against Georgia. That's what we care about.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's like
a state of college football thing. Now, the biggest thing is the games that we judge of Julian Sand naturally are louder and bigger because Ohio State's the biggest brand in the entire sport.
Right. So I just found it interesting that that's the route that he wanted to go. Dante Moore is going to be, what's crazy is I think that all of these guys are draft eligible.
They all are. And I could talk myself into every one of these being a first rounder except for one.
Which one?
Brendan Sorsby.
Yeah.
I could talk myself into every one of these cats being first rounders.
I don't think Trinidad's a first round.
I could talk myself into it.
I don't think you would. I think you would lose that argument to yourself eventually.
No, I wouldn't. Quickly. You know what I would? You know what I would do to win the argument? Let's talk Kyler Murray.
Well, I was going to say it's Johnny Manziel without cocaine.
No, it's literally. Is it not Kyler Murray?
I think Kyler Murray is a significantly better athlete than Trinidad is.
Well, yeah.
I think Kyler has a better arm. I think he's faster. I think all of those things.
Honestly, my hot take is I think Kyler Murray was the hardest quarterback in the history of college football to defend. I think he was a tougher to defend than Lamar Jackson was. And people are going to like fry me for that one.
Yeah. Gunnar Stockton can't be a first rounder either.
Oh, is Gunnar Stockton on this list?
Yeah.
If I see Gunnar Stockton at a grocery store, I would definitely spit on him. So I also don't think he'd be a first rounder.
Why?
I just don't like people named Gunnar.
That's because you're from Ohio, not from Georgia.
Also, like, why do you look like you want to tell me about your new lawnmower? Also, put a hat on.
All right. Are you done?
You like Gunnar Stockton?
I don't not like him. I don't have anything to not like him.
I don't know, dude. Just doesn't sit well with me.
He's just a good college quarterback. Not a great college quarterback, just a good college quarterback.
Just so you know, that was an internet humor joke. I would not spit on Gunnar Stockton if I saw him.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't recognize him, to be honest.
Probably
would you
not.
recognize Gunnar Stockton if you walked up to your door right now?
Would I recognize? I wouldn't recognize Josh Hoover. I probably wouldn't even recognize CJ Carr. He's just another Catholic white boy.
Bro, I feel like I see CJ Carr every Tuesday at Acme.
Yeah. Gunnar Stockton I wouldn't recognize. Brendan Sorsby I probably wouldn't recognize either.
I would recognize Hoover because of the whole furry thing. Do you remember that? Remember what going on that he was? Oh, dude, Sam Levette's not on this list. Sam Levette is better than Gunnar Stockton.
Yeah, Sam Levette should be
better than Sorsby.
Better than Sorsby. He's probably better than Mensah.
He's not better than Mensah. I'm overly high on Mensah.
Okay, well, I would disagree with you there.
So I think Mensah's probably top 5. Because I think, here we go. I think my QB 1 and 2 in the next NFL draft is going to be Arch Dante, and then the conversation starts at QB 3. And I think if Arch goes 1, I think Darian Mensah could challenge Dante Moore for quarterback 2.
You know what's also funny, though, is that going into this past season,
we thought it was loaded.
And it wasn't.
But I will say this. The one thing I always knew for certain, this is my one small victory left that you can corroborate. I never thought Cade Klubnik was real. I thought he was a fake demon the entire time.
This is true.
I always thought Klubnik was fake.
This is a true statement.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Drew was never in on the Cade Klubnik experience.
Fake ass Jackson Dart. I knew he was a fake demon. Now, I also did think that I was watching the second coming of Josh Allen and Drew Aller, and that was also a horrible take. So we're batting 500.
Hey, 500 gets you in the Hall of Fame, boy.
You kidding me? Not just in the Hall of Fame. I'm getting a statue out front of that bitch.
Is there anything going into the spring that you're like been thinking about for Ohio State?
Dude, I'm thinking to myself, Terry Moore and McClain play the exact same position. They are both post safeties.
Yeah.
And when you have 2 post safeties and you paid one a lot of money, then when the one you paid a lot of money was really good when he was healthy, I'm looking around like I'm trying to shuffle through the defensive backfield. And I keep thinking to myself, and honestly, Ron put it in my ear. And then I had to go look to like really watch. And then I watched a Bourbon and Ball breakdown too. We have 2 post safeties. And we also brought in a strong safety, a box safety. And it's keeping me up at night.
I don't know how you cannot play Jalen McClain.
I agree. I thought he was like a quiet superstar a year ago.
I agree. I don't see how to me, Terry, I don't understand why can't Terry Moore play next to Jalen McClain?
Well, you need a box safety.
Why can't
someone who can like fit runs.
I just like I don't really care, to be quite honest with you. I don't care which one of those 2 plays the safety next to Jalen McClain, as long as neither one of them are playing the nickel.
Which is why you need someone to fit.
I cannot watch Tanner McAllister too. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. We saw what it looked like when you had a real corner there, and it freaking works, man.
Mm-hmm.
It works. Jordan Hancock, perfect.
Yeah, but Jordan Hancock's are just walking around.
Oh, I get that, but like, and I'm not in like and like Lorenzo Styles is a massive upgrade over Tanner McAllister.
I agree. You'll
So
never
like
hear
you
me
need a
disagree.
cover corner. You need a cornerback playing the nickel.
And I think we have enough corners.
I do too. I think you went and got two really good ones.
Yeah, like Dominic Kelly, Cam Calhoun.
If you want the experience, play Calhoun. I'm okay with that. That's fine. I think the Dominic Kelly kid is really, really good, man.
Yeah, no, he's. I mean, I know Georgia people were freaking out about him. So,
my thing is, I'm really fascinated to see what they do with the offensive line and who plays.
Honestly,
who's going to be like? Are they going to pull the trigger with Ian Moore, let him play left tackle?
Honestly, it's so surprising because like a year ago, like I was not very high on the offensive line, and people were like, "You're the only one that's not high on the offensive line." I was like, "Yeah, I just don't see it yet. Like I'm kind of concerned," and they kind of had a horrible end of the year. Obviously, like
yeah, I thought they were going to be better than they were. I was high on them because I thought like the experience was there. They had played, you know,
yeah, continuity matters. Like Ethan
continuity was
Onyanwa.
there. There was some nastiness in there,
Yeah,
and what's his face?
Monty was supposed to be a first rounder, like
Yep. And then Tegra just like I've never seen a player at Ohio State regress like that before.
Dude, not only that, but like Ethan Onyanwa being unplayable.
Yeah, also tough.
Not just tough, like almost catastrophic, like almost crippling.
Yeah. So, you have Ian Moore. I just don't believe that you can go in I don't think port alignment is ever really the way to go. Because there's it's the same thing in the NFL. Nobody trades a lineman for a bag of chips and thinks is happy about it. Like there's a reason why that player is available. There's a reason why a lineman's in the portal. They weren't good enough to play. Because if a lineman was good enough to play, they would be paid $2 million by that school for.
I agree with you
in the portal.
I agree partially with that, but my other part of it is when there is one in the portal, go spend on them. Like, don't be cheap. And like, why did an all Big Ten guard leave Wisconsin and not end up at Ohio State when we had a guard issue? Yeah. Like, that's who you take. Also, like in the history of this, Tyler, just real quick, like we took Jonah, like hit the portal, and I know that was whatever, but also like Josh Simmons. Like my thing is like go like if you trust your ability to develop, go get me someone athletic because you told me that the people in the room last year just weren't good enough.
Yeah,
that's my thing. It's like I'd rather you try to find a diamond in the rough rather than running it back. Because look, if we run it back, dog, with this offensive line, and they look the same as they looked a year ago, what are you going to say about this the window?
I'm firing Tyler Bowen to start with for sure.
Yeah, I don't think.
If you were asking, and right now, I would say Ian Moore plays left tackle, Monty plays right or left guard, Hinsman plays center, Searveld plays right guard because I think Searveld is a guard. There is 0% chance that Austin Searveld could play tackle in the NFL. No shot.
Which I tried to sell myself on the dream, bro, because the way he looked, man.
Yeah, no. But like he could be an NFL guard, and then you could play Philip Daniels at right tackle. Like I don't think Philip Daniels was bad. He wasn't like. I think people forget that he was only a sophomore, I believe, right?
And there's a victim thing that happens when you play next to Tegra.
Yeah, I mean Tegra was so bad.
Yeah,
I was the leader in that category. The Tegra
you were first on it, bro. People didn't understand the hate at first. That was your first viral tweet. Was a Tegra tweet, wasn't it?
It was one of the first ones. I sent a picture. I was watching on TV, and I took a picture of my TV, and the play was a run play to the left, or not even really to the left, just like on the hash. And the entire offensive line and defensive line was on the ground, and then Tegra was 5 yards away from it, standing with nobody around him.
Yeah.
Why does that happen? And the thing about it is it happens all the time.
Literally all the time.
So, Emily, Aaron, I think Sam Greer is a really good player, but there's a difference going from high school to playing, power P4 college football.
It's hard. It's just hard to do that. Like your body's not really ready. And he'll get a shot. But
I would expect him to be in the mix in 2027.
Yeah, he got a shot. Yeah, he'll. Yeah, I agree.
All right, what do you got to say here, Don B? Thanks for the 10. Chris, don't be a racist against Gunner. Be like Mario. He's an Italian plumber who was made by the Japanese, speaks English, looks like a Mexican, jumps like a black man, and grabs coins like a Jew.
Craziest super chat. I was waiting to see if you were going to read the whole thing.
Yeah, I was curious at what was coming next, so I just kept reading it.
No, I'm not racist against Gunner. I just don't like him.
Oh, man.
You know what it is? And maybe it is. It's the Gunner reminds me of, and we've all experienced this. The mediocre middle-aged man at your job that keeps getting promoted, even though they're just so mediocre. You know what I'm talking about, Tyler?
Yeah. Makes you wonder, like, you got pictures of somebody? Or
like how are you doing it?
Yeah.
How do you keep moving up? Like, you're so mediocre, and we all know it. You even joke about it, like, I don't know how I did it. It just keeps happening. That's what Gunner Stockton reminds me of.
Fair enough.
Because how is he getting put on top 10 lists?
Because he plays quarterback for Georgia.
But all they do is the bubble screen stuff.
Yeah. And seam shots to the tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Dude, my boy just texted me. He's got a replacement for someone on the show. And I'm like, who you got? And he said, the great. And I'm like, who? And he was like, me. Like himself. He referred to himself as the great. I love that. I'm going to start doing that. Are you going to text me back if I do that?
No.
I'm going to text Tyler, hey, the great's calling. Make sure you pick up.
Absolutely not.
Guys, anyway. Tyler quietly hates me.
Damn, bro. How much was I'm trying to transition to the next thing, and we're just
hanging out with our friends. We got some Kyler Murray talk.
Yeah. So I might have I had a change of heart on Kyler Murray.
Wait, do the segment where Tyler was wrong or where Tyler overreacted.
I overreacted. But I didn't overreact. It's a halfway overreact. I didn't want Kyler Murray on his contract.
For like a trade. You didn't want to trade.
No. But if I'm getting Kyler Murray on the low, I'm here for that. I'm interested in that. I can get behind that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know.
So that's where I've had a change of heart. So I'm going to say where Tyler changed his mind.
Mm-hmm. I love Kyler Murray. I told you when we first had the talk that if Kyler Murray comes to Cleveland, I'm getting a Kyler Murray jersey. I might get a game-worn one. I think we're the same size. Like, I'm in. I'm in. That little ass, super pedestrian, toddler running dude.
Bro, you know who Kyler Murray is? That's Black Mario.
It is. Honestly, well, he's Blasian.
Okay.
He actually gets credit for being the first Asian-American quarterback to ever play in the NFL.
He is Mario.
Yeah.
Like little Mario where he like jumps up the things.
Yeah, we just got to give him one mushroom. Maybe Deshaun Watson gave it to him, he'll grow. Bad, terrible joke. What I do want to say is you have small children.
I do.
Do you see Kyler Murray when you see little man running? Because he runs like a badass little kid. It's something about the arm staying low and just swinging them really, really fast, and you're just up out of there, right? Like they take something they're not supposed to have, they're just up out of there. And also, you know what kids also do when they run? They arch their back. It makes them faster. That's how Kyler Murray runs. Like a badass little kid.
Yeah. I think, listen, I've always said this, and this is what I want the Browns to be. If you're going to be bad, be entertaining.
Be fun. Be bad and fun. Bingo.
When the Browns had Jameis Winston, really fun. Really bad. All good.
You literally going into every game, it's a mystery box.
And like the truth of the matter is Kyler Murray's better than Deshaun and Shedeur Sanders.
I think he's a lot better than people realize. He needs a change of scenery.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is I think it's going to feed into his video game addiction because there ain't shit to do around here, dog.
Honestly, there's worse addictions to have. Ask Cleveland.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen,
Right?
if the Browns can get Kyler Murray on the low, I'm very interested in that.
Dude, his last time when he played 17 games was 2024. 3,800 passing yards, 21 touchdowns, 11 picks, while also adding 5 touchdowns on the ground, including 572 yards. So we're talking about 4,300 yards his last 17 games played.
And I think
With
with Todd Monken, who likes a quarterback that can run around, like it can work.
it does work. I would like it. Now, the issue is we're talking about a little guy with a destroyed lower body. His lower body's cooked.
Yeah, no, I think it would be a 1-year rental.
Which would almost suck, right? Because if he balls, do you let him walk?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you see the list of quarterbacks we talked about 10 minutes ago?
Yes.
One of them, two of those guys are going to pop in the NFL.
I do think though you're gonna play yourself in a 7 wins with Kyler Murray.
That's fine, but I've also stated. Well, I haven't stated. I'm moving towards thinking the Browns are going to trade back from 6. I think it's going to happen.
You think it's happening for sure?
I think they're going to trade back from 6, and I honestly would take just a pick swap, and that team add their 2027 first. That way, I have 2 picks to trade up in 2027 to go get the guy that I want. And by chance that maybe it really works out well, and you don't have to get a quarterback, you have 2 draft picks. Go draft Jeremiah. Whatever, like you got 2 draft picks, 2 first runners. Trade up and go get Jeremiah.
Bring me Jeremiah, the chosen.
I think Jeremiah is so great that he could overcome the Browns' curse.
Oh, he's some guys are just organizational proof.
Yeah. Or he just becomes another Megatron. Whatever.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Like literally exactly.
Rod, I would trade you and all the homies to get Jeremiah Smith in Cleveland.
Honestly, if Tyler came over to my house and held a gun to me and was like, "Get in the car, we're sacrificing you," I'd be like, "For what?" For Jeremiah Smith. I'd be like, "All right, bro, it's been real. Can we have drinks on the way?"
I mean,
right, the real question is, what would you accept if you're at number 2 and a team wants to trade up to draft Jeremiah Smith? Like, what king's ransom gets you to accept the deal? Because that's the other part of it. It's like if you're at 2 and you don't need a quarterback and he's there and that's a crazy receiver class and someone calls you, we got 4 firsts for him.
I mean, if you're in the first 3 picks, I mean, if I take it back, if you're the first team in the draft order that doesn't need a quarterback, you can't trade out of that pick, dude. You just can't.
I'm saying, look, a team calls you, Jerry Jones, super senile, calls you 4 first-round picks.
I mean, I would honestly think about that.
I would too. I think that's, and you know what's funny? You know, I said 4 first-round picks because that has been the king's ransom to get to number 1 or number 2 to get a quarterback. And it's like, he's that valuable. I'm just trying to demonstrate how valuable. Now, look, if you're sitting there and a team calls you and they're like, you know, hey, we want to draft Malachi Tony. Just, it's a bad joke.
Well, we're going to save that one for a signal loss so Chris can roast the shit out of Brooks Austin once more.
Do you want to be there for that one?
No.
That's kind of my domain.
Yeah, I don't want to step on your toes there.
Dog, you can step on them. They're big, though. Size 11 and a half, 12. Anyway, Kyler
last
Murray.
Browns thing real quick. Myles Garrett got his 9th speeding ticket since 2017.
Mm-hmm.
At what point do you, like, take this man's license away from him?
Brother, I told you they needed to do something with him, but he'll never stop speeding, to be honest.
I mean, here's the thing. Myles Garrett, I think speeding at that high of speeds, because, like, there's video of him, like, he was clocked at over 100 miles an hour.
It's a vice, dude.
And I think driving that fast is a selfish act.
Agreed.
Because, like, if you hit somebody going 100+ miles an hour, you're going to kill them.
Agreed.
Everybody's dead.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, but he's also Myles Garrett is a selfish person. Like, his actions have showed us that he's a selfish, like he's not a leader. He's never been a leader, never going to be a leader. He's interested in what's best for Myles Garrett.
Okay.
That's the way he's always been. And that's okay. I don't need him to be a leader. That's my thing. That's one thing I've always defended Myles on. I don't like your job is to go sack the quarterback 17 times a year. I don't need anything else for you. I don't need you to be the face of my franchise. I don't need you to do any of that. It's like a receiver. Like I don't need you to be the face of my franchise and be a leader. Just go catch me 12 touchdowns and give me 1,200 yards. Like that's what you're here for. That's what the quarterback's for. Like that's why quarterbacks get paid so much money in the NFL. And so am I surprised that he's not stopping and this is just who he is? Like it's shitty that he does this, but like, you know, I don't know, man. He's got $40 million. Go find a track to go drive around.
I do hear you, but I think we had a discussion, I think, within our first 5 episodes about the role of people in society. And I don't want to use this as an excuse. I watch a lot of like gladiator shit now, and I watch like Game of Thrones, and you see like these psychotic, insane, combat-oriented killers, and they make bad decisions in all these shows separately. And when we watch the shows, we're like, he's got screws loose. Like I understand, like, oh my God, he's so fucking stupid. But I get it. Like you have to go to a place or like have an escape or have a vice that matches how insane your day job is. Myles Garrett's day job is to go take 275 pounds of his own body weight, go destroy the 350-pound man in front of him, and then go kill the 175 to 225 quarterback right behind him. At some point, we know you are not right in the head. That is insane. In the same way we talked about, like, you know, gladiators didn't live amongst the town.
No.
They were insane. I think I that's what I think about when I see Myles Garrett and his vice. All these athletes have an exceptional vice, and it's like, well, you don't do that if you're messed up in the head. Well, yeah, the job that they have requires them to go to a place that makes them messed up in the head. So I'm not even viewing it from a selfish point. The point of viewing it from is, okay, that's an insane person, no matter how you slice it. An insane person that has a vice that requires him to go that fast. Let me just stay off Wadsworth roads while dude is on the hunt. Let me know when they're in practice. I'm not on the highway.
Yeah, I'm not like giving him a pass.
No, I guess I'm giving him a pass in some regard, because I understand. Like I guess like
it's just like this is who Myles Garrett has always been. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's like it's not acceptable, but like he's not changing.
Right.
And so you shouldn't,
right.
as a fan, try to change your like you shouldn't like make up false expectations that aren't realistic. Unrealistic expectations. You know, it is what it is, and it's not going to change. So,
yeah, it just kind of is what it is. It's true. What else do we have? Oh, the Cavs been playing really well.
Yeah, so the Cavs beat the Pistons without Donovan Mitchell, and they did it kind of in a very repeatable way, like a way in which can easily be done again.
Well, because when they work through Harden and they don't have to go and he doesn't have to go nuclear to get a win, I think it's almost like a more demoralizing win.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things where they played good defense.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't turn the ball over, and they were, they made the plays they needed to make when it was time to make those plays. And with Donovan Mitchell, I want to say they're probably 25 points better.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know. Now, does this change the way I feel about this team and my expectations for them? No. But I also don't care. Like if we were the 4 seed and we played that Detroit in the second round, I don't want to be concerned. I don't think I should be concerned. I mean, I said that last year with Indiana, but then look what happened. But I think this team I think this team with James Harden and Donovan Mitchell is just significant. Like they have the offensive firepower that they need in the playoffs. Like Donovan doesn't have to do it on his own. And as long as they're healthy, there's no reason why this team shouldn't go to the NBA Finals.
And I'm right there with you. They did make an adjustment for this Pistons game. I don't know if you caught it. They let Evan Mobley start a lot of the actions.
Sure.
And that was a unique look. Now, what that did, though, was kind of nerf Jarrett out a little bit because Evan Mobley a lot of times is looking for guards or a shot.
Yeah.
But it kind of unlocked Jalen Tyson. Evan Mobley starting actions and having the constant threat and magnet that Harden is gives you so much spacing for Mobley and for Jalen Tyson to attack in a way that we don't really see that much.
Sure.
It was just a unique look, and it was cool to see them get creative, knowing that they're going to have to supplement the scoring of Donovan Mitchell in what you said, a repeatable way. You don't want when Donovan Mitchell's gone for Harden to feel like, oh, I have to go get 50 tonight.
Yeah.
So let's run a lot of the action through Mobley. Mobley had a full court outlet assist to Jalen Tyson. There was a lot of stuff on the left wing that I saw Jalen Tyson do, and Harden was able to kind of be a magnet away from ball to create space for other guys. So I just, again, really repeatable.
Yeah, I think is, like I said, their job in the next month is to make sure that they're healthy.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Jason Tatum is coming back before Max Strus is alarming to me.
A little alarming. I don't know what
is
it'll look like when he gets back, though, because that Achilles injury, you don't come back fire in the way that I think that he.
No, but I'm also like, why is Max Strus not on the floor? What's taking?
Okay,
so
that's
long?
fair. That's fair.
He should have been back already.
Mhm.
What's the problem? And not that I think Max Strus is like, if he comes back and he's basically just like a 3-and-D guy, like that's fine. Go run around the 3-point arc and shoot it when you get a look.
Yeah,
I'm not asking you to go and do more than that, but I think they need Max Strus. I think Max Strus has championship pedigree. I think he's a championship level role player, and you need him. They do need him when it comes time for the playoffs. So I'm looking forward to it. I do think it's weird that they have 4 days off between the Pistons game and the Celtics, which is strange to me.
Very rare. Very weird.
I hope they got some good practice in, some good working on some stuff.
It's rehab. This team's veteran.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, the young guys probably ran, but the monsters didn't.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm not too I'm excited for the playoffs though. I am
Yeah.
I am ready
Tatum
to
is
watch.
back tomorrow against the Mavericks.
Okay. Go get him, buddy.
Go get him, Tiger. What else you got for me, dog?
World Baseball Classic, any thoughts?
I'm really glad that you're so into it this year. Isn't it fun to watch? It's a different kind of buzz. And part of it is because stadiums are set up to highlight different types of crowd noises. But it feels like you're playing a video game and getting to play in cool locations. Like the DR stadium and all the bells you hear. And it feels it feels the closest to college baseball.
Yeah. Yeah. College baseball is very similar
to the intensity. So much urgency with every game.
Yeah. I think my biggest thing is I'm very disappointed in Tarik Skubal. He is not the guy that I thought he was.
Same. It breaks my heart, dude. It really does.
I think it would be better for him to not play. It would make more. I would probably understand it way more. It's a contract year. I'm just not doing it. Okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. It's kind of been status quo for any pitchers on the American side in the World Baseball Classic. If you're in a contract year, you just don't do it.
Yep.
But to go and only pitch 55 pitches in a game that I could go win, just to me is a waste of time.
It's a waste of time, waste of energy, and don't blue ball me. I hate it. Yeah. I really do. I swear I hate it.
Because the thing that I don't understand is they say he said he has to pitch that day. You're gonna go back to Florida for spring training and pitch the next week when they would be playing elimination games.
You're literally gonna throw likely a 75 pitch bullpen or 75 pitch outing the week of the final. Because that's where they'd be up on the ramp up schedule.
Correct.
So, you know what it made me want? And I don't know if this is fair or not. I don't even want you to tease us with it. For the next WBC, I just want the top 15 pitching prospects of minor league baseball.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Like, give me look, Parker Messick's top 100. Send him an invite.
Yeah.
Carlos Lagrange. I mean, he's not American, but like send him an invite. Like literally, just go get me the top 50 guys, and that way you could see it could be a way for you to market your young stars, right? Like imagine if Skeens' rookie year was the WBC and he went up there to pitch. He was famous.
Yeah.
You knew it. Guess what? Chase Burns, go pitch. That's what I would rather have than because here we go. Because you know what you get with that? You get guys who cannot wait to compete. You see the fire that Bazana played with? He's not a big leaguer yet. He hasn't been like plugged by like something like the big league. I'm gonna take the fun out of this one.
Yeah.
Bring me the American pitchers that a lot of them that are fresh off that played in college a year ago. Get those arms in the WBC to launch your stardom. I think that's the best.
That's a really good idea. That is how you could do this. That's the best idea I've heard yet.
I think that solves it. And honestly, like you and I talked on the phone about this the other day, and I didn't have this, but the more I think about it, I think that solves every problem.
Mm-hmm.
You get competitors, you get fire, and I think a lot of MLB fans, and I also am learning this because I am one. MLB fans miss out on the amazing, colorful adventure that college baseball is. They don't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I watch it, and this would be a good way to tie the two things together.
Sure.
So that's my thought process on pitchers.
Yeah, makes sense. We got 2 super chats before we have a draft tonight.
Oh yeah, drafty.
Ben, thanks for the 20. Whoa.
Oh, damn. Okay, Ben.
Tyler, what's with people calling you Topher?
That's like my sub internet nickname.
Appreciate y'all. That's all. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Ben.
Rod, debate of the night. Is a hot dog a taco or a sandwich? A hot dog is a hot dog, a taco is a taco, and a sandwich is a sandwich.
It's funny because, like, what's a euro?
It's a good question. I think it's just
a euro.
A euro. I think you're allowed to have separate categories.
I think a hot dog is a sandwich.
It's not a sandwich.
I think it is.
It's not a sandwich.
I think it is.
Okay, I think you're wrong.
Why isn't it a sandwich? Don't you? I mean, I think starch on 3 sides could be a sandwich because, like, we would all call.
You're thinking. See, that's the problem with this. This problem with this question in general is it's a hot dog. Like, all just don't overthink it.
That's fine, dude. That's fine. What's the largest hot dog it's acceptable to eat in public?
A baseball like hot dog.
I was at the Phillies game and I saw somebody with a foot-long hot dog walking by me and I couldn't control I don't go out in public very often. Tyler, I said it out loud. I said, whoa, slow down. You're going to put that 12-inch hot dog down your gullet?
See, that's why. That is why you can't have a foot-long hot dog.
Like, what's wrong with just getting 2 hot dogs, regular size?
Correct. That's what you need.
In fact, if you get a foot-long hot dog, I get to make a comment to you. That should be the new rule. You want somebody to say something to you.
Probably.
If you get a foot-long hot dog, I get to talk about how loose your throat is and how obnoxious your gullet is.
Yeah. I'm just not going to go there with you tonight on this one. Is cereal soup?
I don't like how that made me feel. I don't ask that question to me again. I feel like
I don't like it either.
I feel like you just like it's like if someone it's like that the feeling I just got there is like the feeling that I think people get when someone says like moist in their ear. Like I don't like how that felt.
Okay.
I think soups have to be hot, right? I don't like how that felt. I
think that's you just answered the question. Soup is hot, cereal is not.
Oh, okay, Dr. Seuss.
I did read Green Eggs and Ham to Jace tonight.
Rite of passage.
Yeah.
Now,
Chicago style pizza really just a casserole?
Is it closer to lasagna?
I would say it's closer to lasagna. So lasagna is not a casserole.
This is making me uncomfortable.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to our draft.
It's making me uncomfortable.
Let's get to our draft. The draft is overrated foods.
Okay.
And I'm going first just because I feel like it. And I'm gonna say that liquids can be on here as well.
Okay.
So I'm opening up to drinks as well. And the first thing I'm going with are olives. I think olives are nasty. They're like, why do I want this ball of salt?
Olives are not good. I agree.
It's overrated. They're like a delicacy that is like not needed.
I
Like
agree.
I enjoy Bloody Marys. Like I don't want the olive to come with it. Like
But I think olives are probably properly rated.
no, people like my dad loves olives. My wife loves olives.
I hope he's listening.
Yeah, we'll see.
The issue with this list is how drastically different we are, because my number one pick is so obvious.
Yeah, and this is why I did this so I knew I would win. Because people are
My
going to
number
hate
one
your
is
list
so
immediately.
Dog, I mean this from the bottom of my heart.
Everybody get ready for this. Make sure you're sitting down when he says this.
I mean this in the most disrespectful way possible. Bacon sucks. Stop wrapping stuff in bacon. Stop putting bacon on sandwich. A BLT is not a real thing you should ever ingest. Bacon sucks so bad. It is terrible. Don't bring it near me. I hate bacon. It's so overrated. People act like bacon is God's gift to earth. Bacon sucks.
Yeah, man. I just can't go there with. I think you're
Y'all
just
started
so
putting
wrong.
bacon bits on sweet things.
You're just wrong. I don't know what to tell you.
It's overrated.
Okay, well that's why it's your list, but I just won.
Yeah.
My next one is champagne. I think champagne is disgusting.
I love champagne.
Why is that what when we want to toast, we got to toast with champagne? It is sour. It is nasty. It is disgusting.
Do you like
champagne
Chardonnay?
tastes like ass.
No, you're wrong. You like Chardonnay?
No.
Are you a
drink
wine
red wine?
drinker?
I don't drink white wine.
That's your problem. You need to grow up.
I need to grow up?
You need to grow up. Just
What?
grow up, dude. Grow up.
Why?
Champagne is good.
Champagne tastes like shit.
Grow up.
No. Nope. People that like champagne are old and don't have taste buds anymore.
Grow up.
Daniel, if you had to add something to the drink, it's not good.
No way. Or do you hate Jameson?
No.
You have to. If I get JMO and Coke, it's booming. But I'm adding something to it. Is it bad?
No, you can, but I can drink Jameson by itself.
I can't believe you right now.
See,
That's
who needs to grow up now?
You know what?
Drink your liquor neat like a real man.
I do. What you mean? I'll be liquored up on a
All
rag.
right, your turn.
Well, you know why Tyler hates champagne, and I'll just say it, and I'm sorry. Tyler hates champagne because it tastes like winning, and he's just not used to that. That's really what it is.
There's so many other beverages I would choose to celebrate with.
Yeah, you and Josh Miller would be rocking out. Everyone else is popping champagne. You and Josh Miller got the Bud Heavies in the corner. Yeah, you are one of those. You are one of those, man.
All right, you're up.
I'm up. Okay, I don't know if this counts, and I gotta say it quietly because who's in the house. I hate charcuterie boards. They're a lot of work. They're not that good. Why can't I just eat cheese and crackers? Like all the extra stuff they put on it is not good. I think, and I get maybe charcuterie boards are
I think I can't accept this I can't accept this because like
why?
there are so many things that can go on a charcuterie board. It's too broad.
But like you can order it at a restaurant.
Yeah. Sometimes they have pickles, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they have this and that's way too broad of a topic.
That's not way too broad. That's not way too broad.
I don't accept.
Guess you have to accept.
The committee says denied.
When do they put you in charge of the committee?
When I had the first pick, committee denied.
Can the chat weigh in? I'm not going to get bullied off the block like this. No, Don B agrees.
All right. Don B is a committee. I'm denied.
Charcuterie board is like because you can order at a restaurant.
Okay, I mean, I'm not saying that you're like quite wrong. I enjoy a charcuterie board if I don't have to make it.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's overrated because we're doing all this work and organizing this charcuterie board for what?
To eat it.
Don't like it. It's too much going on, like Don B said. I don't like charcuterie. And honestly, like I think here we go. I grew up with all girls.
You know what,
And, like,
Chris? Also, this is where you need to grow up because you just want a fucking Lunchable.
I don't want to lunchable shit. You have to do that. I back my no. You're tripping. No, you're bugging off that one.
All right, my next one, cupcakes.
Huh.
Cupcakes are overrated. Like just like make a cake, man, because cupcakes are rarely made well. They're rarely made well. They're always dry, or they're like so moist that they fall apart.
Wait.
Like cupcakes are just overrated, man.
Moist.
Completely overrated.
You didn't mess with the cupcakes after church when we went to St. Paul's together?
No.
Your boy was in there slinging cupcakes. Hey, your loss, my win. I love the cupcakes.
Cupcakes are just like they're just never made right.
That's not
Like,
true.
either make a cake or like make a batch of brownies.
I do love brownies, but sometimes like you don't like sometimes like the act of like cutting a cake and getting a fork is just ridiculous. But I'll follow you. I'll go dessert.
Okay.
And I know no one wants to hear it. But y'all gotta cut it out with the pumpkin pie, man.
Oh, see, I had something similar. I was on the pumpkin train as well, but different.
Pumpkin pie is not good.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there.
Like stop bringing the texture's crazy. Well, who looked at a pumpkin and said, "Let's make that a pie"? like y'all gotta be for real.
Yeah.
Like Tyler, somebody looked at a big orange gourd and said, "Let's make that a pie"? No.
Yeah. All right. This is also a bit of a delicacy, but also like I enjoy like seafood and like sushi.
I thought about caviar.
Caviar it's just disgusting, dude.
It's not it's to me it's same thing as charcuterie board. It's like not
what is
the
this
price.
Why am I going to eat this? Why am I going to eat this like fish poo?
Salty eggs is what it is. Salty fish eggs.
Yeah, I just like I'm not here for it. I think caviar is like I think it's disgusting to be aware.
Yeah, honestly, this is we're making up ground in our friendship right now because I'm with you. Like I don't think caviar is disgusting. I just don't think it doesn't measure up to the hype for me.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
How many picks do I have left?
I have one, so you have two.
Okay, there's a couple different directions I could go with this one, and I'm gonna reserve for a whole category because I think, and I don't know if you were gonna take this, but I'm going back to back pumpkins. I think pumpkin spice stuff is also
that was on my list. It was on my list.
Yeah, so I'm going back to back pumpkin. I like fall time being pumpkin spice to me is a huge no. You know what the seasoning or the flavor of fall should be? Apple cinnamon was right there. What are we doing?
I agree. Pumpkin spice was on my list.
I had to double up the pumpkin because I was scared where else I was going to go with it.
Yeah. So this one might be controversial, but I think pork chops are overrated as well. I think
I don't like pork chops.
Pork chops are difficult. Like it takes like a perfect cook to make them well. And like if you don't cook it perfectly, it's probably dry as shit.
Okay.
And like or it's undercooked and it's nasty. I just think like of all the meats, I think pork chops are just completely over. I've rarely had a good pork chop. It takes such a perfect cook to
This is just tricky for overrated because it's difficult to prepare. Doesn't like you just had a lot of bad ones, you know what I'm saying?
Well, like you talked about a charcuterie board being difficult and annoying to prepare.
Yeah, but like I've never had a charcuterie board that made me want another one. I've had a pork chop that's been good. I'll eat another one of those.
Well, I just think pork chops I think they're overrated.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
If somebody can give me a good one, I'm going to eat it. But like, I think they're overrated.
Seems like Rod and Shaq make you a good one.
Hey, I'm here for it.
Yeah. Kind of like a weird like ending one for me, and it's like a very specific thing. I hate a burger that's too thick. I think the thick burger wave is not cool.
I don't understand how you can like make that pick though. Like that's
Like,
not a specific. Like that is. It's almost too specific. Like
No,
I'm going to the
like-
committee again. Don, is this a fair pick?
Dude, like people be like
I need to
advertising
know.
these thick ass burgers, bro, and it's like they're hard to eat.
But like you just said, a thick burger. Like that's not like a food.
It is.
I mean, it is a food, but like it's not like an olive.
I think it's like an important thing.
I'm putting the challenge flag out there. Don,
Right.
answer the question, Don. All right.
I'm Chris. That's Tyler.
No, wait. We got
supers. Yeah, that's right.
Uh,
My anxiety is why I don't like thick burgers.
pickles is at the top of my list, Don. I like pickles. I'm sorry. I like.
Is that hashtag Christopher hates quarter pounders? You
so
like
Don,
pickles?
I do like pickles.
I don't like pickles on sandwiches.
It's fine. I eat them plain. I eat them on sandwich. I will say they do dominate the sandwich.
Bro. You know what's the most dominating you ever see in terms of the pickle world? The way a pickle dominates a chicken sandwich is crazy. It'd be beating the shit out of that fucking chicken sandwich, dude. It'd be beating pickle into it.
Don, again, thanks for the 5. I thought we were past this phase of your life, Chris. Chris hates wine.
No, I like wine.
Oh, well, Don says you hate wine.
No, I like wine. I'm a wine drinker, like an avid wine drinker. Honestly, guys, I want you to know that like last year, because I'm not really drinking that much right now. Last year, before I recorded every single loss, I had a bottle of wine or glass of wine, not a whole bottle. Goodness.
Well, there you go. Ben, thanks for the 5. Bailey is offended you don't like charcuterie boards.
Tell Bailey I'm sorry.
I think this is very clear that I won this draft.
I think I would expect you to win it. Your palate is not developed. So the things that I acknowledge are overrated, you don't. That's fine.
This is just wrong. Just not true. So
like we're literally having an unpopular takeoff, and you're like, my takes were more popular. It's like, well, yeah, we're doing unpopular takes. Congrats, I win.
Well, I also think that your draft was like is up for review. So like I think
it's not up for review.
I automatically win. Anyways,
did we hit everything?
We did. Do the thing.
I love wine, dude. I'm Chris. That's Tyler.
Peace.
I gotta click the end button.